Okay, so the real question here is why is this 6th-month bone marrow biopsy so important? Well, let's talk about that.
Oh, I can squeeze it in there. It's kind of like a makeshift bone marrow. Welcome back to another episode of my second Battle with Cancer series. And we are officially at the 6-month post-transplant. So that is good and bad.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Bad because that means I have to go get another bone marrow biopsy.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Today. So I'm taking you with me. All right. And for those who don't know, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, a bone marrow biopsy is a small surgery or procedure where they pretty much take a sample of your bone marrow and send it off to a lab to make sure you don't have any new or abnormal growth or the cancer's not coming back, and trying to kind of just see where you're at, basically.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
And personally, the worst part for me, besides the fact that they drill into my pelvis.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the f*** is that?
I have to fast, right? Because I'm one of the babies that chooses anesthesia.
You serious?
I just like it. It's easier on me. It's nice to finally get a good night's sleep. So, but right now my appointment's at 9:30. It's about 9:15. We're on our way. And I am starving.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't
All
care.
right, so I've made it to the room and escaped the mean lady up front.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit. So it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
But I was going to record more for you. But unfortunately, like I said, it's been difficult today.
Skill issue.
But I am all hooked up for my bone marrow biopsy. I got my IV in my left arm where they're going to give me the anesthesia and hopefully not any blood products, but if the rare case were to come, I signed off on it that if I need it, they can give it to me. I also have my chest monitors right here. This is a better indicator. All these are hooked up to my chest right now. And like, that's, you know, the obvious thing. So yeah, fun stuff. And then I signed the consent form basically saying I agree to everything that they're going to do. So
a few moments later.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
oh, this lady's gonna yell at me again. She's not there. Yeah. Look at that handsome fella. I'm good.
It looks amazing.
Does it? Oh no.
It looks awesome, man.
You didn't tell me that I look crazy.
Are you on drugs or alcohol?
No, sir.
Do you take drugs or alcohol?
What is drugs? What is drugs? What is drugs? What is drugs? What is drugs?
Alright, so I just got wheelchaired out to my car by the nurse and my dad, and Lexi was so kind to go get it ready and set up. A little bit woozy, a little bit.
I lost.
But honestly, still can't feel a thing when it comes to what they did on my pelvis, so that's good. But unfortunately, I am quite the expert. And I know in a couple days here it will start being quite painful, so kind of sad that I don't get to you know, get back to some of my, you know, gym and basketball. But hopefully, I mean, I do a lot of my work from a laptop, so I'm good there. So yep, keep you updated. Peace. All right, first priority, get some food, right? I know it's probably, I am starving, I am famished. And a big shout out to Lexi and my dad for helping me out through this procedure today. Oh, and the anesthesia lady, I believe, I don't know, anesthesiologist. Sorry, I can't remember your guys' names. It's not set in stone. But thank you to my little care team today. Much appreciated for everybody taking off work, and then the care team at Mayo taking great care of me. So thank you, thank you.
How's your back feel?
My back's good. Initially, I couldn't feel anything, but you know, about an hour after procedure, I still don't really feel much, but I can definitely tell you exactly where the hole in my back is now, right? Like, the numbing is slowly going away, and it'll slowly go away throughout the day, where the pain will go high and the numbing will slowly go up, so it's kind of like an inverse graph. But yeah, now I can feel good, but I can already feel exactly where the drill went into my pelvis. Not that it's painful, but I can feel exactly where the hole is. But I can feel exactly where the hole is.
Nice.
Oh shit, how do I turn this thing off? And with the help of Lexi, the first thing we did when we got home is... the camera doesn't turn around. This beautiful breakfast of biscuits and gravy with homemade biscuits and gravy, 3 sunny side up eggs, 2 sourdough toasts, and of course the chocolate milk. My essentials. All right, so I am officially home and in bed. I have finished eating, which is probably the main thing you gotta do after fasting, in my opinion. But with this bone marrow biopsy, really the best thing you can do is, at least for a while, just lay down flat so you mitigate like all the bleeding and possible other things that can go wrong. So I will touch base with you guys again after, you know, I am done laying down for a little bit and my back feels, you know, a little better. Make sure you got your water to stay hydrated. And for me, I got my laptop here. Gonna get some work done. But yeah, I will touch base with you after I get some work done, drink some water, and probably take like a 3-hour nap, just so hopefully the blood can coagulate on that big hole in my pelvis right now so it doesn't start bleeding everywhere. So
Boring.
See you later. Peace.
All right, so it is the next day, and honestly, I really just ended up resting the entire rest of the day. I only got up for water and dinner, and was lucky enough that Lexi got to work from home that day, so she just got to bring me really whatever I needed so I could just focus on healing. Okay, so the real question here is, why is this 6th-month bone marrow biopsy so important? Well, let's talk about that. Okay, to start things off, I just want to say that this bone marrow biopsy went really well. So far, I haven't experienced anything out of the norm, and just the normal associated pain that comes with getting a bone marrow biopsy. As you can see on the Band-Aid, it actually looks really good. A little bit of blood on the inside of the bandage is completely normal, but it's when you start seeing it bleed through the bandage or non-stop bleeding is when you need to seek further help. At that point, what you need to do is apply pressure to the bandage or wound And I've done this before. I usually just take a shirt and wrap it up into like a flat ball kind of thing and lay on it, and so it applies pressure on my back while laying flat on the bed or ground or whatever it is. But if that doesn't stop the bleeding and it continues past this point, you need to go to the emergency room because it's a problem. And trust me, this didn't happen to me this time, but I've been there. It's no fun, and you need to get to the ER if it continues bleeding out. Lucky for me, that was not the case this time. In addition to all of this, you can actually see the port of entry where they drilled into my pelvis this time for the surgery. You can even see where the little Band-Aid residue was and everything. And honestly, you're gonna see a couple other scars on my back or lower pelvis where I've gotten this bone marrow biopsy before. And you'll also notice there's quite a bit of bruising or discoloration around the site, which is totally normal. It's gonna be like that. Eventually, it's gonna keep getting less and less painful until it becomes what is a bruise, and then the bruise will slowly go away, and at that point, you're pretty much back to normal. So why is this 6-month bone marrow biopsy so important for my stem cell transplant treatment? Well, it really comes down to 3 main reasons. The first reason is what the bone marrow biopsy is testing for in the first place. So for me personally, they are checking to make sure that there is no cancer left in my blood or bone marrow since I got my transplant on June 30th. And even more specifically talking, they are checking the MRD, which is the minimal residual disease test, to make sure that there is no cancerous cells left anywhere. Otherwise, a bone marrow biopsy is also used for diagnosing anemia, infections, and other cancers, finding the cause to low white blood cells, and finally to test to see if chemotherapy would be effective for bone marrow transplants or other treatments. The second reason being, what percentage of donor am I post-transplant? So what this means is it's testing to see what percentage of my bone marrow and blood is original Nolan versus who I got as a donor. The goal with this is to see 100% the donor. You don't want to see any more of my original cells or bone marrow or DNA in my body. Because, you know, that's what the whole point of all of this transplant was for. I had bad cells, someone else has good cells. Get rid of my bad cells, replace them with their good cells. And spoiler, based off what my doctors have already told me from previous tests, I am already showing 100% donor, which is really good news. So the third and final reason is to see if my body is ready to be taken off my immunosuppressant drugs and other medications necessary for my bone marrow transplant treatment. This is honestly the most exciting part to me, because if the doctors take me off of my immunosuppressants, I can finally start getting my body back physically. So if I got off of my immunosuppressants, I could finally start not only putting on muscle, but keeping the muscle while also getting my energy back. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So with everything said, I hope that you found some value in what you saw today, whether it was for you personally, a friend, a family, or whoever. And I want to give a super special thank you to all of my subscribers, friends, and family who have been watching my Second Battle with Cancer series from the beginning. And to the viewers just joining in, I hope you can continue with me and catch up with what you've missed by going to my playlist and watching my Second Battle with Cancer series from episode 1 here on this YouTube channel. I post every single Friday and have so much planned for the future, so stay tuned. So don't forget, my name is Nolan Hines. I'm fighting cancer for the second time, and remember that there are no limits. Peace.